hope you are doing very, very well on this Saturday morning. A Saturday morning that is in London, 1 minute been pouring down and dark clouds, and next minute sunny and bright. It's going to be one of them days today. Hopefully a sunny, bright day for West Ham, of course, playing Tottenham later today. Big game, isn't it? This is a big, big game. Big moment in our season, it feels like. This feels like, I know it's only game week 4, I get it, but coming off the back of such a big win, and then you've got Tottenham at home. You know, our home form under Pot hasn't been great. So this just feels like such a big opportunity to sort of just lift the mood, get everyone feeling much better about this season. But it's going to be a tough encounter against Spurs. Of course, they come into off the back of a really poor performance against Bournemouth. So that does give us some hope that we can cause them a few problems today. And of course, we've got a lot to be encouraged about today, I think. You've got Matis Fernandes looking to make his home debut. I thought he's been excellent for us already. Crescentia Summerfield, of course. You've got Magassa probably making his debut. You've got Jarrod Bowen in good form. Same with Lucas Paqueta. Callum Wilson expected to start, I believe. So there's just a lot of positive about the team at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like we've got a lot of players in good form. So, and also Diouf as well, getting on the score sheet on his international break, and he's started well for us. I just feel like if we've got these players playing at that level today, do you know what? I think we've got every chance, and it would be fabulous, wouldn't it, if we could get a result? But of course, it's not guaranteed. So it's going to be an interesting encounter, I think. And hopefully we have a good one. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things. Before I do get into talk about a couple of things, I'm not going to start saying follow the channel, although I would like you to. If you're not following, why aren't you? That's what my question is to that. But I'm not going down that route. What I want to talk about is the BETMATE game we've got going today for the West Ham Spurs game. Now, listen, this is serious. Like, it's free to enter. Click on the link below, BETMATE. Just click on that link. Go and sign up. You haven't got to pay any money. Join into the league. I've got the code is the league code is. It's not a league actually. It's a game. So it's a WHW-02. I'll put it all in the description below. Type that in and just enter. And basically, what it is, it's a fantasy team. Your best 11 of West Ham and Spurs, and you got a bench. You got captain, vice captain. The winner gets 20 quid plus this bad boy. Let me just share my screen. Hang on a minute. This is how I do things now because I'm a pretty technical savvy guy, as you can no doubt tell. Giving away a hoodie. Look at this. Iron Fred's hoodie. This is coming to you for free. So you just the winner will get in touch with you. Let us know your size. We'll get it over to you. Look at that bad boy. Not bad at all, is it? Right in time for winter as well. Well, I say winter, autumn we're in, really, aren't we? But that is, do you know what I could do with one of them today? Although, having said that, it's a bit warm. Although it's wet and a bit miserable out there at times, it's still quite warm. So it's one of them odd days today, isn't it? But yeah, look at that. Premium embroidered pullover. Lovely. Go and check it out, though, Iron Fred's. This is the website here. Very, very nice. Slick designs, lovely bits and pieces. I'll go to all clothing quickly and just show you bits and pieces they do. Got more products coming out. Nice T-shirts and bits and pieces. They've got loads of other bits and bobs, mugs and stuff. Go and check it out, Iron Fred's. But as I say, get on the game. Get on the game because that's the one. It's free to enter, and a BETMATE as well. By the way, it's a really fun way of having a bit of a flutter at the weekend. It really is really worthwhile checking them out. Really proud to be associated with them. So yeah, go and check them out as well. But the link in the description below. Go to the game. WHW-02 that joins you in. You just sign, get your team up, and that's it. And you got a chance. And I think the first 20 places get money back. When I keep saying this money back, it's free to enter, so you just get money for nothing. So why not? Why not give it a go? I'd do it myself, but it feels a bit wrong. Do you know what I mean? If I was to win it, oh, look at me, I won it. So I can't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, why not? Go and check it out. Right, that's nearly 4 minutes. I've not even talked about any West Ham stuff properly yet. So let's talk about the West Ham stuff. First of all, I want to talk about Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta, sensational form, isn't he, this season already? Looks like he's really up for it. We kind of felt that once that not guilty verdict came in, I just felt that the shackles had come off and you start seeing Paqueta in his sort of glory now and seeing how good he can be. And I think we're already seeing that. He's been great form for us, and he looks like he's carried that over into Brazil. He scored in the international break. Hopefully we get another big performance from him today against Spurs. I think he will. Do you know what I mean? I think these are the games that he relishes, and I think him and Fernandes is something that's really exciting me. Can't wait to see Magassa as well. Anyway, let's go back to I'm going off road again. Let's bring it back to Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta's put out a statement, right? And I think it's caused a little bit of a stir because it's effectively suggesting this is my final season at West Ham. So I'm going to read it out. You've probably seen it, but I'm just going to read it out and then we can talk about it, right? So Lucas Paqueta, he says, it's about choosing those who welcomed you, who never judged you, who believed in you until the last moment, who loved you and made you feel at home. I think he's talking about West Ham, West Ham fans, everything West Ham. I'm taking that as who he means. Everyone about the club and everything else. I'll even include David Moyes very much in that. David Moyes has been pivotal in helping him. And I'll tell you what, I know we've given Moyes some stick over the years, and in terms of frustrations we had with him when he was in charge and the style of play and all that kind of stuff. But got to say, he comes across like such a good man, Danny Moyes, and the fact he was so strong and determined to help Paqueta and fight his court case in the hearing. I just thought it was really good, really, really lovely. I wanted to say that about David Moyes. He also said it's about staying loyal, not only to those when you have everything, but those when there was nothing. So again, I'm reading that as when things were going well, you all stood behind me, but when things weren't good, i.e. the hearing and everything else and the accusations that were thrown at him and all that kind of stuff, and West Ham stood by him. So I think that's what he means by that. It's not time to say goodbye yet. Let's go for one more season. So I and then he's put his finger up in the air, the heart and the hammers. So, I mean, I think on the surface of that, right, you can read it and say he's basically saying it's his last season. I'm not really surprised by this, and I'll tell you why. Because Paqueta wanted to go to Man City, as we know, and West Ham actually wanted to sell him to City because it would have been 80 million quid, and there was talk that we were going to get Cole Palmer as part of a deal. So it would have been money plus Cole Palmer. It wouldn't have been 80 million pound plus Cole Palmer. So West Ham wanted that deal to happen, and he wanted the move. And I've always said anyway, once a player wants out of a football club, you need to make that happen. I think you don't want to keep someone at the club that doesn't want to be here. Then, of course, that didn't happen because of the whole FA accusations and the and whatnot regarding spot fixing, all that stuff, and it completely derailed everything for him. 2-year investigation, which was ridiculous. I'm so glad it's ended the way it has. I'm so glad the FA look pathetic, as they should do, in how they've treated him and how they've treated West Ham and their whole investigation. I'm really pleased that what we've known and talked about enough on this channel and many others as well has come to light, and it's actually been firmed up. It's good. It's really, really good. So we know that he wanted to leave, right? But he stayed and worked hard for us. There's no regard. All right, he didn't have the best 2 seasons, but I think it's fair to say, well, there's a reason behind that. He had a lot on his mind, and I think it is a huge distraction for a player. You can't play with freedom and express yourself the way you want to with the shackles off when you've got all this hanging over you, thinking my career could be over soon. It's hard. I can imagine it must have been very tough for him and his family. But then, of course, there was this summer. Now, I certainly expected Paqueta to depart. I always felt that was very likely because I've known for a long time, like many of us have really. I mean, I certainly did know that he wanted to leave. He'd had enough, not of West Ham, just of everything. He wanted a change, he wanted to freshen things up. He'd been at West Ham for a while, and obviously he didn't get his move. And I think he fancied the change. Okay, so I was always expecting him to go. I thought he was going to go back to Brazil. To be honest, that was my gut feeling on it. Obviously, it didn't happen. Then he was very close to going to Aston Villa. Had he not have gone to, well, I wouldn't say very close to going to Aston Villa. He didn't go. He wasn't very close. It was just Villa were pushing to get him. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano has come out fighting about that a little bit and sort of said, well, he should have been an Aston Villa player. And it hadn't been for social media, all this sort of stuff. It's a bit of a funny one, that one. I think he's not very happy the fact that he reported that Here We Go Sue didn't happen. So I actually think had Paqueta have gone to Villa, we'd have got Harvey Elliott. I think that's why Villa ended up getting him. So I believe that's how it all unfolded. So the fact Paqueta is now possibly suggesting this is his last season, I don't really think it's a big surprise. This will be his 4th season at West Ham, and I wouldn't blame him. I think there's a chance we keep him though. I don't think it's set in stone. He just said, let's go for one more season. Let's go together for one more season. It's not saying one last season. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm trying to, I'm not saying clutching at straws here. I'm just saying I don't believe it's completely set in stone that he is leaving. I think he will at the end of the season. That's my gut. I think this will probably be his last season at West Ham. But I've had it suggested to me that actually that might not well be the case. But let's see how things pan out. If West Ham were to go on this season, have a good season, and I know people are going, "You're talking nuts." I get it, but what's to say? We could, if we have a great day today, and you never know, then start kicking on, getting to good form, we might go on and have a better season than people expected, and then it might change the tune of Paqueta. Maybe he'll think actually, things are going well here. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. But certainly, it's certainly given the impression, isn't it? It's certainly given a real firm impression that he is going to be having his last season here. Look, if it is his last season, let's hope he goes out with a bang, and it's a fabulous one, because we know how great a player he is. And I feel like games like tonight are going to be ones where Paqueta, you're going to see him. You know, you're going to really want to see. He's going to want to light that pitch up and the stadium, and want to show what he's about, and especially against Spurs. I feel like tonight it's got the ingredients. Do you know what I mean? It's got the ingredient, everything about it. Sort of like a floodlight feeling. You know, all this stuff going on in London as well. The atmosphere is intense at the moment, and I feel like it's just the hallmarks of a really good big London derby. And you know, I just think, following on the back of our performance against Forest, if we can build on that, if we can play like we played against Forest, we've got every chance tonight. I really do. So, yeah, that's my feelings on it. I mean, I'm still not sold that he's actually leaving, definitely, but I'm not shocked by it all. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Latest as well, it's come from Clara and Hugh, a bit more of an update on the situation with the shares. And it's starting to unfold, actually, that the Gold family shares, which is 25.1% of West Ham United, are up for sale. Actually, that apparently is not the case. Apparently, now, this is what Gonzo reporting over at Claret and Hugh. They're saying that actually it's 15% they're up for sale, and this is the reason that they're struggling to sell them. Well, of course they bloody are. Who's going to pay hundreds of millions of pounds to come into a football club and have no say in anything? The problem is with West Ham, it just feels like there's far too many people, far too much in that boardroom. It's just wrong. It's wrong. Someone suggested to me earlier, well, why doesn't Kretinsky just go and buy him? Well, I don't think he can because of his shareholding, Sparta Prague. So it's frustrating, really frustrating. I feel like we are really stuck at the moment, don't you, with his ownership? I mean, it really feels like a real mess. I just really wish these people would just say, look, you know what, draw a line now. Let's put the club up for sale. Let's get some fresh people running the show. Or as we said previously, just resign and let people run it properly. Because that wouldn't be an issue. I don't think people would mind that. People would say, look, I don't care really if David Sullivan and everyone stays on the ball. So what? But just don't run in it anymore. Just sit in the background, sit on the board, and don't do any more. But we want proper people running the club. New chief executive, new director of football. Run the club properly. Yeah, so I'm disappointed to hear that about the Gold shares, because that's a key reason I can see now why we're not selling these shares. Because if people are going to go into a Premier League football club like West Ham and say, well, I'm going to put in, you know, I mean, obviously I could do it, you know, but I've decided not to. But I put in 300 million quid in, right? 300, let's say 300 million. Imagine someone saying, I want to put 300 million pounds, but by the way, you've got no say in anything. You literally just sit quietly on a table and we don't really acknowledge what you've got to say. You're not going to do it, are you? You're not going to do it. If you're going to put that sort of money in to a Premier League club, you're going to want to have some say and say, well, I want to show, have a vision for the football club, what you want to do with it. So I feel like that's always going to be the problem. But, we know the situation. We've got protests planned. There's going to be a lot going on this season. I feel there's going to be a hell of a lot of pressure on the ownership. And there's reports of possibly Karen Brady resigning. I've seen that sort of thrown around. I'm not sure on any of this yet, so I'm not going to start getting too confident on anything until we hear anymore. But I'll believe it all that when I see it. To be honest, I'm not going to start getting that could happen. I'm not sure, but there's no two ways about it. The club are feeling massive pressure now from the media, from the fans, and everything. It is really getting to them, and I can tell you that for a fact because I've seen it, in terms of messages and everything else. So that it is seriously getting to them. So that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. So, yeah, that's where we are today at the moment in terms of latest stuff going on. Look, I'm getting ready with a game. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this game since the Forest game. Straight away I thought, I can't wait to play Spurs, and it hasn't gone away. Usually when games get a bit closer like this, I tend to my concern levels start to rise. I'm not quite sure now, flipping out. I don't. The doubt starts creeping in. I just haven't had that at all with this. I've been looking forward to this game throughout, and I'm looking forward to even more today. It's here, and I'm like, do you know what? I can't wait to get there. I want to see West Ham in action. I've got a good feeling about it, and I hope I'm bloody right. It's going to come and bite me in the arse in this video. I hope not. Anyway, look, have a good one. I may even catch you over there later on today. If you see me, come and say hello. Have a good one, and fingers crossed we get a result. Come on, you ones.